If you're sick and tired of not having the success you want with women, then listen up, because this may be the most important message you'll ever hear. In this short video presentation, I'll reveal to you how to seduce any woman with a simple system that is so effective, yet so easy to use, it's shocking it even works. What I'm about to show you is how to turn the situation with almost any girl 180 degrees around from not interested to eager to meet you, and boost your game tenfold, almost overnight, even if you've never approached a girl in your life. Before I begin telling you this, I want to warn you that this video may be considered explicit, and what you'll hear in this presentation may shock you. And because of this, and because of the nature of the story I'm going to share with you, I may need to take this presentation down without warning, so be sure to watch it now while you still can. If you've gotten to this page, then you've probably already been exposed to other seduction information in the past, and maybe you've been led to believe that seducing women is hard, that you need to practice a lot, and that you need to know special techniques and methods. So I'm just going to come out and say it. It's a lie. You don't need to have perfect game. You don't need to practice for years or months. You just need the right information, and the complete information. Once you know it, you can flush away all the fancy techniques and lines because you won't need them anymore. Everything will be so easy, it'll be shocking. The truth is, it doesn't matter if you spend 2 hours talking to a girl the first time you meet her, using all the techniques you know, if after that you don't know what to do with a number to escalate the relationship from someone who she just met to a lover. It's tough. I know this from my own experience, how countless times I used to talk hour-long conversations with girls I've just met thinking I will get a solid number, only to have her flake on me when asking her out. You can use the most advanced techniques in the world, have her be totally excited about you the first time you meet her, and she can still flake on you. Because once she's out of that state she had when she first met you, she may not want to talk to you again. In her mind, you were just some stranger she met in a bar while she was drunk. You can try to connect with her and have a deep, meaningful conversation, but we all know how well that works in a bar. They're out to have fun, not to talk about life with some weird guy she just met. So, I started thinking about this, looking hard for a solution to this. Then it hit me like a ton of bricks. The problem isn't what you're doing the first time you meet her. That's irrelevant. The problem is what you do in the time after that and before you ask her out. Sure, she may feel great and give you her number the first time you meet her, but if after that you go into dead silence, she'll be reluctant to meet with you. Then I discovered the secret. Text messages. Yes, you heard that right. Text messages work even better than calling because they're quick and, quote, under the radar. She may not want to talk to you on the phone after the first encounter, but text messages are okay. They're not as invasive as calling. Not only that, but she can reply whenever she has time. Actually, text messages make things much easier than calling, and you'll learn why in a minute. Looking back on my life now, at the time in my life before I was using texting in my seduction arsenal, and the time when I finally started figuring it out, the contrast couldn't be more vivid. To put this into perspective, right now I want to tell you Joe's story, which is quite an impressive story. Don't get me wrong, I know text game is an amazing skill to have, but what Joe did with it shocked me. I was shocked that it works so effectively because all you're doing is just writing a bunch of text messages and getting the girls wet between their legs for you. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. And even though I already know the power of texting, I still needed to test its power to full length on a total novice. I didn't want to brag, but what sense would it make for me to sit here and tell you how great this worked for me when I have years of experience and extensive knowledge? That's why a light bulb came on over my head the day Joe called me for phone consultations. You see, Joe, real name withheld for privacy reasons, is a very unique guy. He's bought every single product I've ever released, but never really used any of it. He felt he was too shy to make any of it work in the real life. Yet, like many guys in the seduction community, he kept buying products and kept studying everything he could get his hands on. He didn't even have the confidence to talk freely to a small group consisting of his friends and relatives. Honestly, after hearing that, I didn't have big hopes for him. I wanted to force him out of his little shell, but I also selfishly wanted to test the power of texting with him. So I asked him how about texting, and he told me he's comfortable with that. In fact, he uses it a lot. Bingo. So I gave him a few pointers and sent him into the wild. Several weeks later, I got a call from Joe, very excited, saying, "Ryan, this works like magic. You won't believe what happened." By that time, I didn't remember Joe and my secret plan, but it all came back to me once he told me the story. He met this girl on Craigslist personal ads and used nothing but text messages and emails to turn her on so much that she had to invite him to her house, ready to sleep with him. As shy and as inexperienced as Joe is, he was able to use nothing but text messages to go from first contact all the way into the bedroom in under a week, with a woman he wouldn't even have the guts to dream about in the past. And believe it or not, he only called her the night he was driving to her place because he couldn't find her address. Now, I'm not suggesting you should be like Joe and use text and emails exclusively, but you can do this successfully if you choose so. This is the power of texting, my friend. If Joe was able to pull this off, anyone can use texting to skyrocket their success with women. Once I hung up the phone after talking to Joe, I started pouring all my text seduction knowledge on paper like a madman. I actually created a system that was so easy to understand and use, it's amazing it works so effectively. I call it the Text Game Blueprint, because that's exactly what it is. Your blueprint to success with women using simple text messages. Using this simple system, you can either find your dream girl for a long-term relationship or sleep with a variety of women. Eliminate flakes almost completely. Escalate the interaction to the point that she is dying to sleep with you. Set up the dates in advance so that 90% of the work is done before you even meet. Forget about last-minute resistance. Forget about not being good enough. Forget about learning any more techniques. And escape the friend zone. Let me explain how this system works and why it works so effectively. Think of each text message as an ingredient, and you're using several different ingredients to create a mix of things needed for her to be attracted to you. You're creating the cocktail of love. It's like a formula, and once you understand it, it will transform you into a seduction master. And it's not just about text seduction either. You can use this exact formula in emails, online dating, and yes, in real life too. Everything you need to be successful with women resides in this formula. In fact, let me show you just some of the things you'll be learning in the Text Game Blueprint. The secret and sometimes scary life of women and the different roles they play, and how you can use texting to tap into her wild sexual side easier than anything you've ever experienced. How you can use simple text messages to get women wet and thinking about you all day. It's like having a secret remote control in your hands all the time. The secret reason why many women prefer to be seduced by a stranger, and how you can easily use texting to tap into that hidden fantasy all women have. Why texting makes seduction so friggin' easy. And how texting can get you over many blocks you would normally have. How to set yourself apart from all the other guys and make the seduction so darn easy. What you should never ever write in your first text, and what you should instead. Fail this and you've already lost. What is the main goal of a text, and how keeping this in mind will get her thinking about you and eager to get your messages. The one thing you need to do when you first meet her that will boost your text game power tenfold. And how this can help you seed her mind with you being fun and charming. How you can easily turn any boring text into a magical response generator. How to stay low on the stalker potential bar. How long is too long, how short is too short. How to get the length of the text messages just right, and how to know where the magic is for each girl. How long you should wait to text her. A sneaky persuasion trick to get her accustomed to being sexual with you, and making it easier and easier to turn up the heat every time, so that when you finally meet, she'll be ready to do whatever you want. How to make her feel she's pursuing you in a very sexually aggressive way. How to leave her hanging and wanting more. Why giving her number isn't a big deal to her, and how to turn this around to make sure you get a solid number. What you should never do when asking for a phone number. My 2 effective techniques for getting the number almost every time. The best tool you can use to get women to open up to you and be comfortable with you. How to use the dirty mind technique to morph any conversation into something sexual. The 3 text messages I used that made a girl send me a topless pic of her, and another one that made me give her a dress to come sleep with her. You'll be amazed how easy this is once you apply the formula correctly. The right way to compliment her body via text and why this is so important. A 1 word-for-word text message that you can use to dramatically increase your chances of sleeping with her the next time you meet, even if you just met her a few days before. How to purposefully sneak in carefully crafted but so easy to use words that get her to feel closer to you, even if you're miles away, and how you can use this same technique to awaken her pleasure sensations for you. The gateways to pleasure for a woman, and how to open her up in a way that makes her feel a strong sexual pull towards you. Why you should always encourage a woman's sexuality, and much, much more. That's just a small portion of what you'll discover in the text game blueprint. I could go on, but I think you get the idea. I think you'd be nuts not to use this if you could. Not only that, but Joe has agreed to share with you the exact emails and text messages he used to seduce the girl of his dreams. Inside you will find the word-for-word messages with detailed explanations from me, including the mistakes he made and even how he can improve his seduction. This makes learning this system so easy. It's scary. Forget about waiting months or years to get good game or good at conversations. You'll get the most amazing dating life if you have this 1 skill handled. It doesn't matter how the first encounter went. It doesn't matter how you look or how much money you have. It doesn't even matter if she's given her number just to get rid of you. You can still recover from that. Look, I don't care if you're bald, stupid, fat, ugly, still live with your parents, or all of these combined. I don't care if you've never been on a date or if you've gotten hundreds of numbers just getting flake after flake. None of it matters anymore. The only thing that matters now is your desire to change your life by using this system. I've laid it out for you in such simple terms even a 10-year-old could get it. It only makes sense to try it out. If you have the guts to change your game forever, then the text game blueprint will show you how to skip the struggle and start getting the results. Let me ask you this. How would you like to get the girl of your dreams, despite all your disadvantages? How would you like to have girls line up to date you? And how would you like to choose from the hottest girls? The text game blueprint helps you get any or all of those. I've thrown the fluff and made the system so short and to the point that you can go through it in just 1 afternoon. I was so pleased with this, I wanted just to keep it for my private coaching clients, or stamp a $1,000 price to it. I'll tell you right now, it's worth 10 times that amount. But I'm not going to charge you $1,000 for this. You see, as my New Year's resolution, I wanted to do something different, something out of the ordinary. And this is it. So no, I'm not even going to charge you my phone consultation fee of $297 for this. Right now, I'm going to give you the complete text game blueprint for only $67. Why so cheap? Well, like I said, I wanted to do something out of the ordinary this year, and let's face it takes discipline and commitment to learn even basic conversation skills, and I wanted to do something different to help you have success, despite any disadvantages. But I am seriously considering on raising the price for this because a lot of people are telling me I should. Now, to order, all you need to do is click the big orange button you see below. Then you'll be transferred to a 256-bit secured order form where you will enter your details and submit your order. You can pay through PayPal or by credit card. I've put everything in downloadable PDF files so you'll instantly get access to the files once the order gets through. It only takes a few seconds. Your privacy is protected. Nothing will ever be sent to your home. Your credit card statement will show a charge from ClickBank. What resides in this document is the formula to literally transform you into a ferocious ladies' man and have the girls line up to meet you. So click the big orange button now and you can start applying this formula tonight. Listen, you can probably go take a look on the internet and find a bunch of courses that cost $300 to $400 or more, and you won't find anything near what you'll find in here. I understand that you might be slightly skeptical, so here's my 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. I'll take all the risk. You are either thrilled with the results or you get your every last penny back. So don't decide now. Just go ahead and try it for 60 days. I personally guarantee that this will change your life, and in 60 days you won't even recognize yourself. You'd be nuts not to use this system if you could. Do it now. Click the big orange button below to get started. And remember, I may increase the price of this at any time without warning. And because of the nature of the package, and because I am also including Joe's transcript, I may take this off the market entirely, or replace it with a censored version for the same price. You need to jump on this opportunity right now while it's still here. I'm taking all the risk. You could be 3 text messages away from having your dream girl. Once you start learning this system, you'll soon realize that you'd be crazy not to use it every time with every girl. Remember, you can be good at making excuses, or you can be good with women. You cannot be good at both. Only you can decide which one that is. Only you can decide how you want to live your life. Now is the time to prove anyone who has ever doubted you. I may take this offer away without warning or censor it at any time. Start taking control of your sex life. Click the orange button below and get started now.